Hey y'all, Donnie Keith here, aka Auntie Peaches from the Aunties Radio Show, also on The Voice of Reason. I'm here to say that ever since my man started taking A game, he's been on top of his A game. What? When I say A game, I mean his A game. He's more focused. He's definitely working out more. His attitude is better. And he's not complaining of all over body aches due to poor blood circulation, because A-Game provides great blood circulation, if you know what I mean, ladies. That blood circulation. Sometimes I have to hide the A-Game in the bushes when I'm out walking the dog, just because I want some sleep. If you know what I mean, ladies. Stay on top of your A-Game, fellas. Get your A-Game.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hello. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. Sorry. Walaikum assalam. Okay, so first of all, my apologies for my tardiness. Secondly, we're gonna go ahead and get into this Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. Because this is important for everybody. And I kind of want us to get past the fact that it's Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Like, kind of, you know what I mean? Get past the fact that he's famous. She ain't famous. Okay? Let's just understand that. She not famous. Don't nobody like her. Don't nobody like Amber Heard. She a pitiful excuse. Anyway. Nobody like her. This is more about the exposure, not just of Amber herself, but of the abusive and narcissistic behavior and personality of a lot of women everywhere. And that attitude and that personality, those traits, have been empowered by feminism. Now, I'm not going to play any clips here. I'm not going to play the trial here or anything like that. That's all over YouTube. You can go anywhere and watch the trial. Even the lead attorney is showing the actual testimonies. So I'm not going to show the actual testimonies here. But if you have been following at all any of the clips, any of anything, either most recently because the trial began a few days, about a week ago, or you knew something about this beforehand, this has been a real ridiculous sort of thing, but I'm glad that it's happening from the standpoint it's happening in front of everybody. It's happening in front of everybody. Now, I'm not glad that Johnny Depp went through the abuse with her. That I'm not happy about that. But it needs to be done the way it's being done. And I'm going to say that she didn't anticipate this trial. How many of y'all know that? How many of y'all know Amber did not anticipate being on trial? She didn't. She felt like she was going to be able to do and say what she wanted to do and just leave it like that. He had been taking her abuse within the marriage and the relationship, and she thought he would take it afterwards as well. Okay? She knew, okay, women nowadays are empowered by feminism to weaponize their very womanhood. She weaponized the fact that she was a woman in a gynocentric society. And I need people to understand that part. She intentionally was doing all of this. If you listen to any of the recordings that he actually released during this trial and prior to the defamation trial in the first place years ago, after she slandered him and was trying to tell the world that she was a survivor of DV, she felt like she was going to be able to leave it there. She was going to write that essay. She was going to ruin that man's career and his life and his reputation. And everybody was going to be able to just take it for face value. And she was going to go about her life, and he could do whatever he was going to do with the rest of his life or whatever she left in tatters. And then it was going to be that. And even in even in the recordings, some of the recordings, you can actually hear her tell him, Johnny, they're not going to believe you because I'm a woman. They're going to believe me. If I tell them that you hit me or you push me or you slap me or whatever the case may be, they're going to believe me because I'm a woman. You're stuck, buddy, because you're a man. And the no court is going to punish me. She was saying that to him as she was being recorded. I don't know if she knew she was being recorded saying that. And this is why I say she was not intending for this trial. She was saying that to him while they were fighting and in a relationship. And then when she wrote that piece in 2018, trying to tell everybody that he was beating on her, yada, 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 she was expecting him to just take it like he had been taking it. And he decided, see, you're not going to leave me and torture me at the same time. If you gone, be gone. But how you going to leave and then still torture me? No. So he filed a defamation suit against her because she slandered his name and his reputation, and he lost money and opportunities behind that. Okay, so that's why. But it's even more than that, because now it's for the world to see. She thought it was going to embarrass him. Now it's embarrassing her. She's embarrassed. She being put on blast after trying to put him on blast. For some false stuff he wasn't even doing. Now she's on blast for the whole world to see what type of human being she actually really is. Because not only does he have recording, he has video. There are other people that know both of them, that know her, that testify against her. And now he's able to sit somewhere and in detail, go through each point of abuse that she did. Verbally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, all the gaslighting, all the hitting, putting out cigarettes on his face, cutting his fingers off, all this other kind of craziness that she was doing. This chick so foul, she done took a crap in this man's bed. Like, how foul you gotta be? See, it was because she felt like, well, I can get away with it, is the reason why she wrote the piece that got her this suit in the first place. So she wasn't anticipating people to actually hear him talk. This is why it's important. See, when she first wrote that essay, it worked. Thank you, Mr. Docs. Evening, Kendra. Thank you for supporting boys, men, and fathers when they need support. You're so very welcome. And thank you. See, when she first said what she said, she left it at that. And people took it at face value. Oh, that's why he got dropped from Pirates of the Caribbean. That's why. Right? And that's why he said, you know what? I got to say something about this. Because they're taking what she's saying as the truth. And I know it's not the truth. Because she didn't lose her spot in Aquaman or the Justice League or whatever. Because there was a petition. I signed it. After he released them tapes of her talking crazy, white women actually started a petition that was like, oh, get her out the movie. We don't want her. They didn't remove her, but it was like a million or so or close to signatures. Nobody want to watch her. Right? So she was going to leave it at that. When he released the recordings of her abuses, her gaslighting, okay, and all of this is when stuff started turning against her. And it's important that it started to turn, because we actually live in a society that would never see a man being abused in a sympathetic light. First of all, we live in such a gynocentric society that they don't see the abuse of men, period, especially by women. They don't see the abuse of men. That's why this is important. That's one of the reasons, anyway, why this is actually important. Because this case brings to light a man being abused by a woman, the extent of that abuse, and they are viewing him in a sympathetic light. That is big. And it's not just because he's Johnny Depp, because if that was the case, they never would have believed it in the first place, and he never would have lost money and opportunities and his reputation behind it. So it's not even about that. It's not about that. This is important because men are not seen as victims of abuse when the aggressor and the abuser is a woman. It's always his fault, no matter what. No matter what. It's his fault if he stay. Well, why he stay? Why he stay for her abuse? Blah, 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 blah. He should have left. Thank you, Karen. Said female abusers never expect their male victims to take action against them because they feel if he loved me enough to take my abuse, then he'll love me enough to not make me face consequences. This is true. But then in this society, they just feel like they can just get away with it. That's the other side. I can just get away with it. I don't care if you love me or liked it or whatever the case may be. I know I can get away with it because I'm a woman. I've weaponized, that's my womanhood. And I was in violence, manipulation, coercion, and gaslighting to get my way, to have my way with you. This is huge, again, because we live in a culture that does not view male spousal abuse at all. There are how many male spousal abuse shelters are there? You know what kind of society we live in. How many shelters are for battered men? None that I know of in the entire country. I don't know any male battered husband, battered spouse shelters and halfway houses. Because men don't get abused. Men don't suffer in relationships from domestic violence. Supposedly. Supposedly they don't. And men don't have a politically correct way out of it. If he finds himself in a relationship that is violent, he doesn't have a politically correct way out of it. Because if he retaliates and defends himself, he's not going to be given the same consideration as a battered woman who then turned on her attacker and retaliated behind years of abuse. They're even trying to make a new term for this: mutual abuse or reactive abuse, to try to put the blame on Johnny for what Amber does. His reaction is abusive to her. Now we understand it, but it's still abuse. No, no, no. Anything to uphold the narrative that the man is always wrong and the woman is always right. That the man is always the aggressor and the oppressor, and women are always just reacting, and she's just a victim, and she's just doing what she got to do to survive. This chick is foul, but she's not the only one that's foul. I'm going to say this before I move on. I'm so glad that Johnny is getting an opportunity to speak. And in this trial, if he wins it, this is going to set a new cultural precedent as well as an environmental institutional one, because we're in the court system right now, in the actual legal system, as well as the court of public opinion. Because the deal is, Johnny is actually not an abuser. He also happens to be quite charming, seem like he a cool person, and he a Gemini. But anyway, thank you, Franklin. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I just wanted to throw that in there. But anyway, are you all having audio issues? Is there something going on? Are you unable to hear me, or is there some problem? Before I keep going, I want everyone to be able to hear me properly. No issues? Okay. Okay. It comes and goes. What is it doing? Is it cutting out? Is it like no sound? Most people are saying that the sound is good, some static. The fan is going. So that might be what you hear. You guys hear crackling? Occasionally it distorts my voice. Static in the background. No, it's not the fan. You know, and I've undone them and done them again, and I don't know if it needs a new cord, because this is the cord that came with the mic. So maybe I need another one. It's been like that for a long time for you guys. So when I raise my voice, it goes up, or it statics. In and out. Okay. Is that better? Is that a little bit better? It's okay? It's okay? Okay. All right. Okay. So let me I gotta catch back up. Lost my train of thought. Oh, I was saying that I'm sorry. It's hard for me to pick up. I was saying that I was glad that Johnny's getting to talk because he's actually getting to tell a story that so many men can't tell. Men can't tell this story. Men can't tell. My wife, my girlfriend, my whomever abuses me. She hits me, she cuts me, she curses me. I walk away, she follows me. I'm in a position where if I retaliate or I defend myself, I'm the bad guy. I'm trying to leave, I'm trying to get out. And the other part of it is that men can't say, I was trying to work it out because I love her. Women are allowed to say she stayed in an abusive relationship because she loved them. And that's like, oh, okay, well, we get it. And men aren't allowed to say that. Men aren't allowed to say, I know it was bad, but I loved her. I loved her. I didn't really want to leave. I wanted to work it out. I wanted her to change. I wanted her to see my value as a human being, as a man, the way I see her value, the way I view her, the way I love her. And it hurts men when it don't happen. When the women that they love and give everything to, they don't care about them at all. Don't love them at all. As a matter of fact, the women show how much they detest them or how much they resent them. That's the part of the story men can't tell. Johnny's been abused before. So he's actually accustomed to that abuse. Doesn't surprise me that he would get with an abuser. He seems like a very empathetic type of person, soft-hearted. And soft-hearted people who have had trauma tend to attract abusers. Thank you, Stephen. Stephen? St. Amber's Goose is cooked. I hope Believe All Women is finished, like BLM is done. I do hope so. These are the things men can't say out loud, not even to each other. Men don't have nowhere to go. When they get abused, when they get traumatized, when they get beaten down emotionally, internally, they don't got nowhere to go. Women got all kinds of places. Men don't got nowhere to go. Because society look down on them. Society tell them you're a man, you should be able to take it. We'll stack everything against you. You solve the problem anyway. Because you're a man. And you're not supposed to cry. And you're not supposed to feel nothing when people hurt you. Because you're a man and you can't be hurt. It's one of the most toxic, irrational things I've ever heard in my life. We're going to go to a commercial break and then we'll be back.
Okay, we're downloading A-Game's formula.
3, 2, 1.
Thank you, Nora. I like that commercial. Nicole know the secret. It's not just Amber either that's being exposed. The gynocracy is being exposed. And who's also part of the gynocracy? Who also took up on the gynocentric concepts that she's displaying or that's being displayed about her right now? Black women did. This isn't really just about Amber. What about the woman, the female, who shot her baby's father in Houston all because he showed up to drop their son off and he had his girlfriend in the car? Thank you again, Karen. So female abusers try to minimize the impact of their abuse, verbal and physical, on men because they're women. There are plenty of Johnny Depps. Exactly. Thank you once again, Norrin. They minimize what they do. I'm not hurting you. Just like she said, you're not punched. I just hit you. So what's the difference? What's the dang on difference? What are you talking about? So if he just smack you rather than punch you with a closed fist, that's a difference? That's a difference to you? Because I don't want to be smacked or punched. Especially by no man. I want to be smacked or punched by nobody. But I'm saying, especially by my man or any man. It's too easy for men to just put the flu-flops on you just offhandedly. It's too easy. But anyway, going back to the black woman that shot, I don't think she is not in jail. That he know who shot him. It was witnesses to it. The girlfriend was a witness to it. The kids was a witness to it. She was so irate that he was even with that woman. Nobody said nothing to her. Woman ain't do nothing to her. He didn't do nothing to her. She just mad because he moved on. And so because she was angry, this is a valid excuse for a woman to go off and not only try to hit or fight, but to shoot. She could have killed him. She could have killed anybody. She could have shot the kid. She could have shot that woman. She didn't even care. And I don't think she's in jail. We questioning her. She under investigation. Yeah, right. What we really talking about here is the lost cause / the lost value system / the American nightmare. That's what we really talking about here, because that is where feminism comes from. Feminism comes from palm color survival. And that is always violent. That is always violent. There's always violence undergirding the niceties. Do we understand that? There's always the insinuation, and there's always the underlying threat of violence underneath all the pleasantries and the politically correct titles and all of this stuff. Y'all hearing it again with the mic? It's but yeah, we're talking about okay, thank you, C. I'm sorry, it's difficult for me to pick up again. I'm having a difficult day today. My apologies. Y'all like my nails? Thank you. But they come from a culture that has an undergirding threat of violence in all of it. There's always a threat of violence going on with them. That's their culture. That's what they do. That's what their value system is based on. We're going to do what we want to do. And if you don't let us do what we want to do, I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt you. And I'm going to hurt you in all the ways that I possibly can that can break you. That's what I'm going to do. If you don't let us if you don't let us ruin your kids, if you don't let us scramble your brain, if you don't let us destroy your value system, if you don't let us destroy you from head to toe, if you don't let us destroy you biologically and culturally and environmentally, we're going to hurt you. We're going to hurt you. If you don't let us spread democracy, we're going to hurt you. We're going to maim you. We're going to kill you. We're going to destroy you. We're going to doom you. We're going to destroy your family. We're going to destroy. Listen, all of this that's happening right now is we're watching the fruit of the tree of them destroying black people completely. Because black women, by following suit, because Amber, listen, let me tell you something. If Jada Pinkett Smith thought she could get away with the type of physical abuse on Will that Amber got away with on Johnny, we be hearing that trial. Do you understand that? I just don't think as much as Will, you know what I'm saying, be kind of bowing to her or whatever, bending over backwards for her, I don't think she can hit him. I think he done established she can't hit him. Because he popped her with a newspaper. So I believe she understand I can't do that. But she still resorts to the gaslighting and the manipulation and embarrassing him and doing everything else beyond the physical violence that she can't perpetrate on him. But it's the same narcissistic attitude. And black women have bought into that. And black women buying into that is what has set black women up to die alone and for black men to collectively turn their backs on them. That's the setup. That's why we're doomed. Because black women bought into this feminist gynocentric agenda so much that black men are saying, we had enough. Collectively, we had enough. They not having children. They took their procreation away, ladies. There's over 50% of men, black men, that don't even have children. That's him taking his procreation out of the mix. I'm not giving you my seed. I'm not planting seeds over here. Because you done proved that you're not good soil. I'm not planting these seeds right here. Why? Why would I do that? Why would I plant seeds right here? So the only ones that still lost enough to give you his seed are the men you don't want. The other ones are walking away. Like, we done. We done. Let black women tell it, he already took his protection away. Y'all threw his protection away. Thank you, Micah. So the government is a new slave master to our sisters and has replaced black men's role to our sisters and his right to give the 4 P's. Yeah. You threw away black men's protection while you still yell and scream for it. You throw away his problem solving. You throw away his provision. And now he's decided, since you want to do all of that, I'm just going to take my last P. That procreation, the one you really like, I'm just going to take that. You don't want nothing else, because if you want this, you got to take the whole man with it. And if you don't want the entire man, you get nothing. All or nothing. We in the all or nothing days. I'm not doing this with y'all. We're not doing this with the abuse. Y'all are abusive. There's a lot of y'all out here that are abusive. Y'all talk so crazy and are so reckless to these dudes. And y'all feel justified in it. If he hurt your feelings or get mad, you feel you want to slap and cuss and cry and kick and holler and stab and shoot and destroy his property and key his car and keep his kids away. And you feel justified 100% in everything that you do against that man. Thank you once again, Norrin, in everything you do against that man. It's important that we take a look at this trial and what it's really saying. Too many women get away with too much because they're women. Because don't nobody think to look at them as abusers. Nobody thinks to look at women as, and they always say, well, if she's doing something, she's reacting. No, women can be POSs too. Women can be straight up evil and just doing stuff for the sake, because they can do it. Because they figure they can get away with it and they can do it. I don't understand. We still laboring under women are sugar and spice and everything nice. And then they can't be mean. Women can't be mean. Women can't be spiteful. Women can't be evil. I don't understand that thinking. And that's what Amber was, she was doting on that. She was doting on the world, never seeing her as an aggressor. Never seeing her as the abuser. And that because she owned a vagina, that excused her and exempted her of any responsibility, culpability, or accountability for anything that she was doing. And black women have followed suit underneath this very self-same American nightmare lost value system culture. Black women have bought into that. We do a lot of abusing that don't get talked about in the black community because it's taboo. It's taboo to say that your mama was an abuser. In so many different ways, it's taboo. It's taboo to say that she abused her husband or her longtime boyfriend or her children or her parents. And anytime we encounter females as the abuser, we always be like, oh, I hope she healed. No. What about hoping she don't abuse people? Thank you so much. Hey, Shay Sade. I love your channel, sweetheart. Thank you so much. That black women have to listen to the men they want protection from. But sadly, many women don't value or respect men or their thoughts, period. How can men protect women they have no agency over? Exactly. Black women have been set up by feminism that they willingly bought into to be destroyed. We're doomed. Y'all like to laugh at, and we don't know what Kevin Samuels talking about when he say women gonna die alone. This is what he's talking about. You're gonna die alone with no covering, nobody to want you, nobody to give you the 4 P's that every single woman walking this planet actually need. And you've done so much damage that the men that love you are saying, even though we love you, we can't take it anymore. We're not going to take it anymore. Why should we take it? Why should we take the abuse of being your son's husband? Like I was talking about earlier today. Why should we take that abuse from y'all? You groom us and you mold us into these men that you can't stand. You take every opportunity away from us to get with other men to learn masculinity and then get mad that it's not a switch we flip to turn it on. Thank you, Noreen. Because you think, for whatever reason, that femininity is a switch you can turn on and off and you can't. You worry about all the wrong superficial things. The 4 P's that a woman needs, for those of you who are unfamiliar, let me go through that really quickly. The 4 P's, the essence of male nature. And this is man's quest for fulfillment or eudaimonia. Okay? The first one is the need for a man's provision. He produces masculine light giving him the ability to look ahead and or prepare in advance. He generates stability in the form of ideas, supplies, food, finances, clothing, housing, etc. That's his provision. Women need that from men. They need it, right? The second thing, problem solving. His ability to think in a linear and analytical fashion to be able to dissect and resolve issues efficiently. His problem solving saves time, minimizes wastes of energy, money, etc. He necessitates order out of confusion and chaos and brings a sense of peace. The third one is his protection. It includes shielding from harm by confronting danger, but also in the form of the very structures he creates or provides that covers in his physical absence or in a hostile environment. This includes rules and guidelines that he sets. And last but not least, the physical intimacy ranging from affectionate touches and words to sexual intercourse. Any and all expressions of love, care, or support, the creation and raising of his children, his legacy with his values and the culture of his household. That is the procreation and is the only one where men actually need women as well. Okay? That is what women need from men. And when women collectively cannot get that from the men, because when women can't get that, the group is doomed. Because we the only group that promote marry and procreate and all that kind of stuff outside of our group. Nobody else in the course of history has ever done that. But why did we get to that point? Why did we get to a point where there's a black man writing an article about how black women need to marry white men and that's the best choice? How do we get to a point where that is so? We're doomed as long as we keep following it. We can't keep following these people's value system. I don't know when we gonna figure out it's never been good for us. It has only ever destroyed us. Everything that has ever come from them since we got brought over here has only ever served to destroy us. We can't make heads or tails out of it because we had a different value system prior to the transatlantic slave trade. We just had a different one and it was better. It served us righteously. And now that we're under their American nightmare, we are not served. We will die as a group. We're going to die as a group. Thank you so much again, Norrin. We're going to die as a group. Because we like that foolishness too much. You like being able to punch and slap and beat and kick and shoot your man. Beat and kick and kill his kids when he get ready. And it's not even, I wish I were exaggerating, but I'm not. I wish I was exaggerating when I get to the extremes of taking people's lives or trying to. Unfortunately, I'm not exaggerating. Unfortunately, there are too many cases of black women deleting kids because she lost a custody case. Trying to delete the man because he not in a relationship with her no more. Just today, my sister was telling me about she had gone somewhere. I think she was in a nail shop and she was watching a young lady get her nails and feet done and all that, and she had a bag and she had a baby that was like maybe 1 year old, something like that. And she's all around this place, and not once is she taking care of that child. She not even looking at the child. She done came from one end, getting her feet done, to the other end, to getting her nails done, and the baby just over there in the corner just sitting. She ain't looked back not one time to see. Now, whatever bag she had, my sister said she was grabbing that, taking that, and she was so in her phone. So in her phone. Anybody could have walked out with the baby. Then she'd have been hollering and crying. This is black women doing this. The ones that say they the backbone of the community and they love everybody, and black people wouldn't be where they are without them. Yeah. We wouldn't be in the situation we in without you. That's not a boast. That's a problem. I'm going to go ahead and I want to thank everyone for coming through. I want to thank everyone for hitting the like button. I want to thank everyone for their time. I want to thank you for giving me feedback about my mic. I'll see what I can do about that so that you guys can enjoy the show audibly. I want to make sure you guys get a good visual and a good audio, because that's what you guys deserve. And that's what I want to deliver to you guys. I want to thank everyone for their contributions, again, for their likes, and I'm sorry. I'm having an interesting day today. My apologies, everyone. Oh, how can I ever forget? I need girl A game. I need girl A game, y'all, so I can get my vitality, my strength, and my focus up, my energy up. If you want to get on your A game, all you got to do is hit the link at the top of the chat, agameherbal.com. Please don't forget your discount using the code Kendra10, and you can get this box of awesomeness delivered to you ASAP. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.